I'm trying to see. I thought I did something so this light would be. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Just waiting for people to join. Let's see if other people come in. I know it's kind of early. Oh, there we go. People are starting to come in. Hi. Okay, hey. I think it's the camera with the plus next to the comment thing. Divine Truth. Let me see how that works. I think if you hit it. So we have a guest today. It isn't showing you. Hi, Sandra. Hi, everyone who's joining. So today's Testimony Tuesday, and I've never done this before. We're going to have someone join us. Let me see if I can figure it out, because maybe I can do it too. Is it this one? Okay, that's no requests. Oh, invite to join. We're here, but I always save this on my page. So I sent you a request, Divine Truth. I don't know. It works.
Yes, I actually was trying to do it on my laptop, and that wasn't the right thing to do. So I'm on my cell phone now. I gotta like reconfigure this.
Yeah, do whatever you need to do and get ready. People are still joining. How are you this morning?
I'm good.
Afternoon, I guess, for you.
Just barely, yeah.
All right. So for anyone who's joining in or tunes in after I post this to my page, today is Testimony Tuesday, as promised every Tuesday, and I have a special guest. I'm going to let her introduce herself. Her name is The Divine Truth, and she can just tell you a little bit about herself, and then we'll get into her testimony.
Hello, everybody. My name is Leah Corinne. I'm also known as the Psychologypsy. I live in Connecticut, and I started the Divine Truth officially in January, but it started kind of farther back, like August 8th of last year. I know the exact date because I was on a break from school. I'm in school for my bachelor's in psychology.
Nice.
And somebody kind of like begged me to help them out, and it just never stopped from there.
That's usually how it happens.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, definitely. So what was, well, first of all, I'd love to hear your testimony, and I'm sure I'll pick up some things that I'll have other questions about as you're going along. But in true fashion of Testimony Tuesday, please share with us your testimony and how the Most High has had his hand on your life.
Well, he's had his hand on our life for quite a while now. My testimony kind of builds off of my husband's. So for the past 14 years, I have been in my twin flame relationship. And 3.5 years ago, we got married. For the first 6 months of our relationship, I found out that he had an issue with alcohol. He then got sober for 1.5 years, and long story short, after the birth of our miracle son, he started drinking again, and then it was pretty consistently for quite a few years after that. 1.5 years on May 1st of 2022, he had a bad accident and fell into a fire pit, and suffered 2nd and 3rd degree burns on his arms, his side, his legs, back. He has a goatee and a beard. He's really lucky his whole body didn't go up in flames. And so he ended up in a burn unit for quite a long time in Bridgeport, Connecticut. They have a specialty burn unit. And while he was gone, we would only be able to talk on the phone because we have 6 kids. 3 of them are in our home. The other ones are older, and one of them is my stepson. He lives with his mother the majority of the time, and we get him on weekends. But I was at home and he's our main breadwinner. And so I was working and taking care of the kids while he was healing. So I didn't see him the whole time he was in the hospital, but we had phone calls.
Mm-hmm.
And the last phone call that he had with me, he told me that he was really sorry that everything happened and he really needed to slow down. And I said, like, what do you mean you need to slow down drinking? Like, you need to stop drinking.
Right.
And he was like, no, I think I can handle it. I think I could just slow down. And I said, well, I will tell you what, I love you way too much to grieve your sudden death. So if you're not going to come home sober and leave the alcoholic in Bridgeport, just don't come home until we find another place to go, because I will need to start grieving you while you're alive in order to be the woman I need to be for our kids.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't talk for a couple days after that because he was a little upset about that. But when he came home, he was sober, and a couple hiccups here and there, but each one came with less commitment to the darkness and much more commitment to the light. Until he, as of July, was just completely sober. He's going on 22 months. I'm so proud of him. But the wake-up call, that's where my testimony starts, is for all of these years that we've been together, it's always been, if you got sober, we wouldn't have issues. This is like, you need to get sober, you need to be strong, you need to be the father figure your children need. And after he got sober, and I didn't have a reason to harp on his everything that he needed to change, I realized that addiction full on is a family disease. Ooh. And I was much sicker than he ever was. And I was codependent long before I met him. And my codependency was enabling the behavior. And every time I gave him that one more chance from my lack of setting boundaries, all that showed him was that my boundaries were compromisable.
Yes.
And so for that short time between his achieving sobriety and me still working like a maniac, I was a shift leader at Dunkin' Donuts and working hard every single day, but the atmosphere was challenging there, to be fair. And my mental health was suffering because I had been in fight and flight survival mode the whole time. So by the end of it, I was sitting in our local state park every night, bawling my eyes out and just wishing to die and being confused that I didn't understand how my life could be here if we just received our miracle. And so a beautiful angel in my life was helping me through that process. And I quit my job, and I was taking a week off so that I could start another job to bring in income while I figured out what I was going to do with my life. And during that time, actually, it was on January 11th, 111, I got into a car accident, a 3-car car accident, that I was rear-ended and shoved into the truck in front of me up underneath the back of his truck, and his truck was on top of my hood. My car was totaled, but how miracles go, everybody got to walk away fine for the most part. They drove off in their cars while my disabled car was there. I had no vehicle. It's the only vehicle with our whole family. Had to figure out how to get him back and forth to work. But at the time, I just, again, thought it was one more thing, like, how could this be happening to me? And I went through, I had a concussion. I had whiplash and pain from head to toe. My back was messed up. But 2 weeks later, they realized that my wrist was broken, and they never found that until 2 weeks later. So literally everything about me was like go, 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 go,
Mm-hmm.
do, everything
Mm-hmm.
else, action, that like very masculine,
Mm-hmm.
divine energy. Like, I don't have time for this. I got to get it done. And then the universe was like, enough.
Yeah.
And God was like, stop.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not going to listen to me, you stubborn Taurus, I am going to take you from here and I am going to smash you literally right here.
Yes.
Put your feet up in the bed, shut your mouth. You don't know everything, and sit down and listen. And that is exactly what happened in my depression and trying to find myself, because I had never really sat with myself for that long before without looking around and telling everybody else what they needed to do.
Yep.
I was guided back to school to pursue my degree, and that was able to fall into place. And then on a break from school, I put up one day, who is anybody interested in card readings? Because that depression triggered a huge dark night of the soul for me.
Huge.
And I was just like, I just don't even know which way is up. And I had some really strong friendships that meant the world to me that had fallen off. One of them purposefully because of things that were happening in my life and her life and a whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
But then another one that slowly and gradually did, and it was very devastating.
It's okay. Thank you so much for sharing. It's okay.
And I didn't know which way to go. That was my spiritual connection.
Yep.
I didn't have any other spiritual friends, and it didn't feel right for a long time. Obviously, I'm still going through, thank you, Pisces new moon. Right. I'm obviously still going through some of that grieving process, but I was able to connect back with the spirituality, and then it was mine.
Yes.
And it was my personal, that's not shared with anybody else. And it's my God and the God within me. And it's my purpose and it's my direction. And it doesn't matter who's there and who isn't anymore. It matters that I just love them in safe space and let it flow. And I don't know, that is I can't even really tell you when that testimony ended, because it's still unfolding every day.
Going, absolutely.
And all the way up to this very exact moment. So I am just open and trusting and inviting the world in that is supposed to be here, and trying not to figure out why the things that aren't supposed to be here are leaving. And trusting the process and learning that I control nothing. And when I think I do is the perfect opportunity to be humbled. And so I just need
tough
to work
lesson though. And it's like, it's never ending.
Yeah.
Really. It's never ending. It just gets a little bit easier as you go through, each cycle.
Yeah.
One of the things that I love about your story when I was listening is, just there's so much proof in the pudding that whenever we talk about hurtful situations or hard situations happening, our first instinct is to get upset and start pointing blame. But the overall picture of your story is each bad moment led to something even bigger, even more amazing, even more expansive, even more learning and healing, even just about yourself.
Yes.
Just from it started from your husband's addiction to alcohol falling in a fire pit. First of all, can we talk about how symbolic that is? Let's fall in the fire and raise from the pit of fire like a phoenix.
Yes, my own personal phoenix.
Totally.
He is,
and I love that.
Every day he's so he amazes me every day. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's the days that he annoys me because he's him, but I absolutely would never want to be annoyed by anybody else but him. He's just amazing. He is.
And so if we didn't go through, for those watching and anyone who's like going through a hard time, if we didn't go through the hurtful moments or the painful moments, we wouldn't even really know
what a beautiful moment was. We wouldn't know what a blessing from God was if we didn't go through the pain first. I want to talk about a couple other things. One, so you started a YouTube channel. You did.
Yes, I
And
did.
what is it called?
Right now, the channel is The Divine Truth.
Okay.
But in true universal, you control nothing fashion, it's going to be broken off. So The Divine Truth right now is where I'm going to be putting, I haven't put up zodiac readings yet because I've been working towards doing that. But I do have a reading that's split up right now into 3 parts.
Okay.
That is more directed to the spiritual community, the light workers, the ones who understand their mission,
Yes.
and guidance in that.
Okay.
The Divine Truth moving forward is going to be mostly that light worker community dedicated straight
Perfect.
to them for the collective. And I was just guided a few weeks ago that I haven't even started it yet in true Taurus fashion is the psychologist.
Yeah.
That's why I introduced myself with that. It's going to be probably like divine guidance with the psychologist or something like that. But if everything that I am doing, since it changes depending on each day, every morning I start and check in for my mission for the day and what I got to do. So everything is on my Facebook right now, and that Facebook is The Divine Truth.
With 2 H's, just for those of you that
Yes, 2 H's, and that's actually that was also divinely guided, and I thank you for saying that so I could say that. So The Divine Truth, actually, it was part of a download that I had received, and my husband actually helped me figure out all the letters. All they did was give me the letters, and I'm like, why are you wanting me to spell truth with 2 H's? And so over the course of time, we were trying to figure it out, and I figured out that the H's were holistic healing. But over time, it turned into tarot, because I am a tarot reader, certified tarot reader. I'm a Reiki healer in Usui Core and Usui Shakti Rojo, and I am a level 1 in Kundalini. I haven't gone all the way through that yet. And I'm an ordained minister, and I'm currently working on my spiritual and life coach certifications. But as of right now, I'm a spiritual advisor, and I do coach people through certain things. So it stands for Tarot, Reiki, and Universal Transformative Holistic Healing.
Love it.
So that's what that's for. And then the Psychologypsy, it like 3D popped out on the page one time while I was studying psychology, and that Ipsy just landed at the end of that. And my friends just kind of started, they're like, only you would think of that, but that's really catchy.
But it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Like, when I first heard it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. I love how it goes together. It's funny to me how, I guess it's not funny, it's just what it is. But all of us light workers, we have such similar stories of how everything was shown to us. It literally just pops up. It just starts following you around. And so for you, even how you found your name, mine is similar with Karma and Clear. And it's like, I still have my first notebook when I was receiving the downloads from like 6 years ago, and I'm writing down names of what I would want, my company to be, and then to be there. So it's really exciting to see you on this journey. When I save the live, I'll put all of your information in the post part. So I'll put your Facebook information so that people can find you and follow you. I'm really excited because, as always, I pull a card at the end, and I already pulled mine. And it's after I heard what story you were talking about. I can't wait to share it because it's like, wow, really. But if you want to pull an oracle card first for the collective and just see what messages they need to know, whoever tunes into this live, whether it's now or in the future, when you come across it, this message will be for you. And so we're going to receive a message from Leah, and then I will read my card and we'll close out.
Absolutely. And I'm glad, because I was guided not to shuffle first, so they know that we didn't plan this together. I had no idea that yours would already be
I've got my
pulled.
card already here, so I can't wait to see what happens.
So the deck I'm using is Alana Fairchild's Crystal Mandala Oracle. Ooh. It is so gorgeous. This one I found by accident. Like I was stuck in a
Of course.
store, unable to leave because there was something there I had to buy, and this was on the bottom shelf, tucked behind a plant.
So
And
was
I
it an
found
accident? I don't think so.
it was accidentally on purposely guided
Right.
synchronicity. So it actually I call it my bully deck because the first card I pulled out made me cry,
Oh yeah.
and it was
Oh
about a
yeah.
cycle that I needed to accept and release. So I figured that would be very fitting for testimonies so that
Nice.
people can see. All right, Spirit, what card are we sharing today? All right. Oh,
Uh-oh. I better not cry.
her golden grace, the goddess Lakshmi, and dendritic agate is the crystal that goes with it.
Wow.
And it is a crystal goddess card, number 888. That is, and the number is 38 on there if that number means anything to anyone.
I'm 38 years old and the last digits of my phone number is 888.
That's awesome. So let's see. This is relief and repair. Oh, nope, that's the wrong one. I don't know why I turned to that.
Oh, maybe that was supposed to be red too.
Well, that one was 36. That's my number I see everywhere. All right, her golden grace. We bring you the empowerment of her golden grace. Divine Mother Lakshmi, who brings blessings of enlightenment and prosperity, beauty and good fortune, smiles upon you now. Open your mind to the reality of divine generosity without limit. Open your heart to feel worthy of her love. When you allow her to grant you bounty, to bless you with her golden grace, she is empowered to shine her divine beauty in the world, to heal, uplift, inspire, and enchant the souls in need. The generous golden grace of the divine feminine is on its way has its way, I apologize, of accomplishing its purpose to uplift, heal, and inspire the hearts of humanity. When there is a fear which prevents a soul from being open and allowing life to happen, the Divine Mother may respond by wrenching whatever is obstructing the flow of love out of the way. If her fierce intervention is needed to ensure freedom for the soul, then this is what she expresses. Sometimes the harder path is what will truly free a soul from needing to repeat a pattern.
Yes.
Sometimes, however, what that harder path does not accomplish for the soul is not particularly helpful. If a soul would become more enslaved in fear at the prospect of her fierceness, or could benefit as much or more from a softer intervention, then the Universal Mother will employ a gentler method. The softer touch of the Universal Mother is a warming glow of her golden grace. This grace is powerful. It can invoke reaction to sometimes gratitude and wonder, but sometimes giving rise to issues about receiving, self-worth, and even fear of prosperity. If you have come far enough on the spiritual path, you will know that love, even in its most gentle expression, will trigger the release of pain. The mind may desire the abundance, love, beauty, and prosperity of the divine goddess Lakshmi, and yet, upon being offered the very thing that is desired, it can retreat in fear, doubt, and feelings of unworthiness. There is kindness in her golden grace. She offers what the soul can receive. Her love stimulates growth and healing, but always with compassion. If your mind and heart have been used to tougher love, sorry, that's the post-concussion syndrome. The unexpected pleasure of her golden grace may give rise to the almost overwhelming sense of gratitude.
Yeah.
You may even question whether or not it is too much. After a long period of struggle, learning to feel safe in a more effortless and gentle flow can take some time. Don't let fear convince you that if you receive, another must go without. In the golden grace of the Universal Mother, there is only abundance for all according to what serves love and what the soul can receive. Too much is too much. Yet if you allow her, the Golden Mother will help you open and trust to receive more from her without condition. If you're feeling as though there are limits in your life that you would like to transcend, perhaps in particular any limits you feel regarding abundance, prosperity, and good fortune, and spiritual enlightenment, then you will be open to the message the Oracle gives you now. The Golden Mother includes you in her plan to spread the bounty of life throughout the world. As you receive her, you will be empowered to share her vibrant grace with others. Open your heart to her golden smile, her golden smiling face, and allow love's abundance to fill your world. If in your heart you have felt there are better times ahead, even though you may not have a particular reason for it other than a feeling in your heart, the Oracle brings you confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you are yet to realize the touch of her golden grace in your life, you shall do so. The rising sun of her golden beauty shall shine upon you, ushering in a time of love, prosperity, and peace.
Amen.
Yeah.
I love that.
I think that is hilarious too, because during all of that, I think the major message that was going on in my head while I was reading that is reassure everyone. You may feel like you're out of sorts right now and you're in an angry period, and it's making you feel so uncomfortable because it's not who you want to be, but it's part of the process. And you need to learn to love yourself through the anger so that you can honor it in a healthy way and express it in a creative way and turn that and transmute that into compassion and love to share with the world.
100%. That's a beautiful message. So in turn with that, so here's mine. This one I just did from the Soul Truth deck. I kind of like this because it gives us daily things that we should be focusing on. And I asked, what does the collective watching this need to know? And on the front it says, what can I burn? Like, okay. And then your story.
Not your husband.
Not your husband. Don't put the husband in the fire pit. But so what can I burn? And on the back it says, burn it all. The ugly lies, the pain, the shame, the criticism, the images that run through your head, the reminders of what you did wrong, and the proof that you are not enough. Burn, baby, burn. Your soul is calling. It's time for a rebirth. Here's the best part, because we talked about this earlier. You are like the phoenix rising from the ashes. No longer attached to the past. You are free. Your wings are ready. Use them. And it says, today's soul action. Make the choice that you will no longer let the past define you. Pick up your pen and write it out. What will your next chapter look like? I love this for the story that you shared with us today, and also even the card you just gave us. I feel like this is perfect. Going with your card, you can't step into the new and accept this love or these new opportunities that are being presented to you if you keep carrying that guilt, that shame, and the baggage. You've got to accept it for what it is, like you said, and transmute it into compassion. Yeah. Now you have an understanding of a situation that other people are going through that you might be able to help them get out of.
Yeah. Okay. And that also, too, to build on that for like 1 second. Yeah. Sorry, my thing was like all swinging around. Is that one of the things I always say, too, to tie it in together is anger is a blanket emotion. Woo. It is something that is based in fear. It's a fear-based mindset, and it's not true. And if you really sit there and think about it, anytime you are mad, what are you really? Because you're really either hurt, you're embarrassed, that is the emotion that is going to begin. That is the starting line of your journey. So if you find yourself mad, you got to feel it and sit in it so you can figure out where your starting line is. Yes. Because no matter how, even maladaptive situations and maladaptive feelings, no matter what it is, where you start, it will always bring you to a place, because that was my thing. I was angry. I was always angry. I was so mad. But really it wasn't. I was scared. I can't be scared. I won't be able to move. I was hopeless. I can't be hopeless because I got things to do and people depending on me. The only way that I could get through it was to be mad. to the point
Right.
where I was even started to be treated for a mood disorder for
Oh my
raging
gosh.
out. They thought I just needed mood stabilizers. That's literally what
Nope.
they thought.
Uh-oh.
And that wasn't the case at all. It really was. Like, I currently I on medicine for ADHD and my accident
Yeah.
pain. Other than that, and that's not even, that's like a high powered Motrin. But even even with that, like, I take nothing but vitamins now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going from mood stabilizers.
Mhm.
I didn't need them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just do the healing and you know yourself enough and don't let that anger be your excuse. I'm just mad because life is bad. Well, why is it bad and what is it making
What
you
can
feel?
you?
Because that trigger
Yeah.
needs to be defused.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep, it does.
yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And I'm so glad that we got a chance to talk and then share cards. Make sure you guys follow her on Facebook and then see if you can find her on YouTube as well, The Divine Truth. I'm going to put all of her information below and save this video. And then Leah, I'm also going to put this video on YouTube as well to kind of get the word out. So I just want to thank you so much for joining my Testimony Tuesday. And I hope that we can continue to work together in the future. And
Absolutely.
I send you so much love. I'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely. You too. Thank you so much.
You're
Bye.
welcome. Bye.